What if I told you that 2026 could be the year everything changes for you financially? Not because of some get-rich-quick scheme or a lucky break, but because of 9 deliberate choices you're about to discover. Right now, there are people who started exactly where you are. Same income, same struggles, same doubts, who transform their financial lives by doing things differently. And here's what nobody tells you. Financial progress isn't about earning more money first. It's about making smarter moves with what you already have. Most people will enter 2026 with the same money habits they had in 2025, hoping things will somehow improve. They'll scroll past this video, and a year from now, they'll wonder why nothing changed. But you stopped scrolling. That already sets you apart. See, achieving financial progress isn't complicated, but it does require intention. It requires you to break patterns that feel comfortable, but keep you stuck. The 9 things I'm about to share aren't theory. They're proven strategies that have helped thousands of people build wealth, eliminate debt, and finally feel in control of their money. Some will challenge what you believe about finances. Others will feel uncomfortable. But that discomfort, that's where growth lives. So if you're ready to make 2026 your breakthrough year, stay with me. Let's dive in. Seek clarity on what money means to you. Most people never ask themselves the fundamental question, what do I actually want money for? They chase it blindly without understanding why. They see others buying homes, taking vacations, driving luxury cars, and they think, I want that too. But do you really? Or are you just following a script someone else wrote for you? Here's the truth. Money is not the goal. Money is a tool. Some people want money for freedom. Others want it for security, to create experiences, to leave a legacy, to change their family tree. Think of your financial life as a ship sailing across the ocean. Without a clear destination, you'll drift wherever the current takes you. Ask yourself, what does financial success actually look like for me? Not for your parents, not for your friends, not for social media. For you. Write it down. Be specific. When you have clarity, every financial decision becomes easier. Generate energy through financial momentum. Energy comes from momentum. Small wins create energy. Progress creates energy. Seeing your net worth increase, watching your debt decrease, these things light a fire inside you. But most people set massive goals that take years to achieve, and they wonder why they feel exhausted 6 months in. Instead, engineer small, consistent wins. Want to save $10,000 this year? That's about $833 a month, or roughly $208 a week. Suddenly, the impossible becomes possible. Think of financial progress like a flywheel. At first, it takes enormous effort to get it moving. But once it starts spinning, each push makes it go faster with less effort. Create systems that generate quick wins. Automate your savings. Pay off the smallest debt first so you can celebrate that victory. Track your net worth monthly. These aren't just tactics, they're energy generators. Raise necessity. Make financial progress non-negotiable. Why do some people achieve financial success while others never do? The difference often comes down to one word: necessity. High achievers have an internal pressure that makes success inevitable. It's not optional. It's necessary. You need to cultivate that same sense of necessity around your financial goals. Connect them to your identity and values. If you see yourself as disciplined and future-focused, then making smart financial decisions becomes part of who you are. Connect your goals to the people you love. Maybe you want financial progress so your kids never stress about college tuition, or so you can retire early and spend time with aging parents. Create public accountability. Tell someone you trust about your financial goals. Find an accountability partner. When you know someone is watching, the necessity to follow through increases dramatically. Increase productivity. Do the right things, not just more things. Productivity isn't about working harder. It's about working smarter. And when it comes to money, productivity means focusing on financial activities that actually move the needle, not the ones that just make you feel busy. Many people spend hours clipping coupons to save $5, but they never negotiate their salary. They obsess over finding the best deal on a coffee maker, but they ignore hundreds of dollars in unnecessary subscriptions. This is financial busy work. It feels productive, but it doesn't create real progress. You need to identify the high leverage activities. Negotiating your salary can add thousands to your income every year. Automating your savings and investments builds wealth without constant effort. Reviewing and cutting your expenses like housing and transportation creates real impact. The book, High Performance Habits, by Brendan Burchard talks extensively about this principle. Burchard explains that high performers don't just do more, they do more of what matters. If you haven't read this book yet, grab a copy from Amazon. I've included a link in the description below. It's one of those books that fundamentally changes how you approach your goals, not just in finance, but in every area of your life. Trust me, it's worth the investment. Identify the top 3 financial activities that would create the most significant progress for you. Then schedule time to actually do them. Treat it like an important meeting you cannot miss. Develop influence. Learn to say no to financial distractions. Influence means having control over your own decisions and not being swayed by every trend or social pressure. We live in a world designed to separate you from your money. Every ad, every email, every influencer is trying to convince you that you need something you don't have. To make real financial progress, you need to develop influence over yourself. You need to learn to say no. No to the impulse purchase. No to the weekend trip you can't afford. No to keeping up with people who have different financial situations. This isn't about being cheap, it's about being intentional. Implement a waiting period for purchases. If you want to buy something non-essential, wait 48 hours. Often, the desire will pass. Surround yourself with people who have healthy financial habits. Influence works both ways. If your friends are intentional about money, their influence will strengthen your own. Demonstrate courage. Take the financial actions you've been avoiding. Fear is the silent killer of financial progress. Fear of investing because you might lose money. Fear of starting a business because you might fail. Fear of looking at your debt because the number might be overwhelming. Fear keeps you stuck. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's taking action despite the fear. Maybe courage means finally opening that credit card statement you've been avoiding. Maybe it means having an honest conversation about money with your spouse. Maybe it means investing for the first time or walking away from a job that makes you miserable. The financial situation you're in right now is the result of the actions you've taken and the actions you've avoided. If you want a different result, you need different actions. Start small if you need to. Open that retirement account. Make that call about refinancing. Each small act of courage builds your financial confidence. Practice intentionality. Design your financial life. Don't default into it. Most people never consciously design their financial lives. They default into them. They earn, they spend, they pay bills, they repeat. They never ask, is this the life I actually want? Intentionality means making conscious decisions about how you earn, spend, and save money. Track your spending for 1 month. Not to judge yourself, but to see the truth. You might discover you're spending $200 a month on streaming services you barely use. Once you have awareness, you can make intentional decisions. Align your spending with your values. If you say family is important but never spend money on experiences with them, there's a disconnect. Create a monthly money meeting with yourself. Put it on your calendar. Review your finances. Celebrate wins. Identify areas for improvement. This simple habit transforms your financial life because you're no longer just reacting, you're responding with purpose. Build systems. Automate your way to wealth. Willpower is overrated. Motivation is unreliable. This is why systems are so powerful. A good system makes the right decision the easy decision and makes progress automatic. Let's say you want to save $500 every month. You could rely on yourself to manually transfer money at month's end. But life gets busy. That's the willpower approach, and it fails more often than it succeeds. The systems approach: set up an automatic transfer on the day you get paid. You never see the money. You never make a decision. It just happens. Implement these systems: automatic savings transfers, automatic investment contributions, automatic bill payments, and subscription audits every 6 months. The beautiful thing about systems is that they compound over time. You set it up once, and it keeps working month after month, year after year. I've created a free ebook on personal finance that covers these systems in detail. It's completely free, and you can download it from the link in the description box below. Grab it, read it, and start implementing. Embrace patience. Understand that wealth is built in years, not days. We live in an instant gratification culture. We want results now. But wealth is slow. Wealth is patient. Wealth is built brick by brick, decision by decision, year by year. We see social media posts of people who got rich quick, and we think that's normal, but it's not. Those are the outliers. For every person who got rich quick, there are thousands who lost money trying. The real path to wealth is boring. It's consistent. It's patient. If you're 25 and invest $500 a month with an average 8% return, by 65, you'll have approximately $1.7 million. That's the power of patience and compound growth. You won't feel rich at 26. You won't see dramatic results in your first year. But if you stay patient, the math works in your favor. Patience doesn't mean passivity. It means you do the right things consistently and trust the process. Think of building wealth like planting a tree. You plant the seed, water it, give it sunlight, and wait. Years later, you have shade, fruit, something substantial. That's patience. That's wealth. So there you have it. 9 things you must do in 2026 to achieve financial progress. Seek clarity, generate energy, raise necessity, increase productivity, develop influence, demonstrate courage, practice intentionality, build systems, embrace patience. These aren't quick fixes. They're principles that work. They're habits that compound. And if you implement even half of these, your financial life at the end of 2026 will be radically different from where it is today. You're not looking for perfection. You're looking for progress. Every small step, every good decision, every moment you choose the long term over instant gratification, that's a win. That's you building the financial life you deserve. The clock is ticking. Another year is here. Will you let it pass like all the others? Or will you make 2026 the year everything changed? Remember to grab that free ebook from the description below and check out High Performance Habits by Brendan Burchard on Amazon. Now go, build, grow, and make this year count. Thanks for watching. If this resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more content on building the life you actually want. I'll see you in the next one.